Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the video. My name is Bradley, also known as the Swim Coach. Today, we're going to talk about the upcoming game week, the assistant managers chip that is, the prices of the managers has been given out. Looking for what players we want to look at. We've also, this weekend is the FA Cup weekend, which can be a bit of a distraction for the Premier League because of some teams are going to go up against Premier League sides and they're going to probably play their full team. And then you can have teams that, for example, someone like Spurs who are playing Tamworth, who are a lot lower league team. Same for like City, where they can then rest their players. So it can be a bit of an interesting week, and with that, teams that could rest their players could feel better coming into this next game week, because it is a short game week. It is the weekend, and the next game week starts on Tuesday. So it's a quick turnaround for some teams. So that's the reason why we're going to talk about that in this video. So first thing we're going to talk about is the assistant manager's chip and all the prices. So here we go. So, and remember, this starts from game week 24. Okay, so Arteta up. So basically, the top 5 managers are all 1.5 million. So Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, City, and Newcastle all 1.5 million pound price tag. And then we go into the next 5 are 1.1 million price tag. So we've got Bournemouth, Brighton, Fulham, Forest, and Spurs. So they are your next 5 teams. Now we go with Villa, Brentford, Chelsea, United, and Wolves are all at 0.8 million. Now, Everton have sacked their manager. It is blank. But the rumours are it is going to be David Moyes. We'll see on that one. So we've got Ipswich, Leicester, Southampton, and West Ham with their new manager, Graham Potter, at 0.5. So it'd be interesting to see what who you actually pick because of their league standings and getting their bonus points and all that lot. So we have a little look at, I think it's Help, where we talk about the chips. And here we go. So managers, it'll be just a placehold manager. So it doesn't matter if your manager leaves or not, it'll be on that club. Will the prices change? Remain as the announced. Okay, so stay whatever it is. There'll be no price changes. So that could be interesting. Can you captain your manager? No. So that's an interesting one. And here how they scored the points. Okay, this is how they score the points: 6 points for a win, 3 for a draw, none for a loss. Goals scored by the team, 1. So you're looking at a team that you want to score, but also win or draw. Clean sheet as well. That's another important thing. Table draw, fight, and table win. Now, that means if your manager is only eligible by the table points, if their club league position is 5 lower than their opponents at the time of that game week deadline. So, I remember it's 3 3 weeks this assistant manager's chip lasts for, so, or 3 game weeks. So you got to think what you actually do. Do you take that risk? Now, for me, if you look at someone like the league table, okay, you could potentially looking at someone around the middle. I'm going to have to say this, like Spurs, like United. And if they're playing teams that are up here a little bit more, that can actually help you a lot more. So, for example, if you go Manchester United, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they play Villa, Bournemouth one those weeks, okay, and they beat both of those teams, that's an additional 20 points you're going to get. So that's something you could look at. Now, okay, if you look back here with Ipswich beating Chelsea and then drawing against Fulham, well, you would have gained 15 points just there alone. And you would have gained, what? You would have got 4 goals, so you would have got 4 points as well. So that's something you can look at. Like, look at Wolves win. Well, Leicester and Manchester United, so it doesn't really count. The draws here, Arsenal, Chelsea, and Man City. Well, that's 15 points extra just there alone. Yes, they didn't score any goals. Well, scored 1, so you got 1 bonus point. So that could be interesting. Look at Palace. The last 3 games, Bournemouth, Southampton, okay, wouldn't have counted. And Chelsea would have counted. So you would gain 10 additional points plus 3 for goals. So I think there's where you got to lie. Okay. If you go back here, Bournemouth, well, yes, that would have counted. Brighton would not have counted. And Southampton wouldn't count it. So there's where you got to look at potential stuff. Like the Liverpool game, Manchester United, Liverpool, Manchester United. Well, we'll give you 7 points for that one. But then they've got Southampton next, which is not good. So I think with that manager's thing, you've got to look very carefully into it. Okay. Now we're going to talk about the next game week, game week 21. Still, there's a lots and lots of players that are picking up. Gordon there, Hall again. And again, the reason why we say that is because look at some of their fixtures coming up. They've got some very good fixtures. For me, if I could, I can try and get someone like Isak in as well, but his value's going up. So you may have to take a little bit of risk. And then also with that manager's thing, you got to think about you don't get any additional money. So you've got to try and think about what you do and how you do it. And when you play it. So that's another thing. And I think people got to look also, is there going to be potentially another few double game weeks where, yes, we've still got that Everton, Liverpool game that is still being to be confirmed. So we're potentially looking into when that can be. So that could be a very interesting opportunity for people. When that can be. And then Real doing really well, got some good little runs, but West Ham have got a new manager, so could be working on defence a bit there. Leicester coming up again. United could be a bit of a tricky one, but it is at home. So yeah. Then they do have a bit of tricky ones near to the end of the season as well. So for me, it is very, 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 very how can I put it? Very stressful of what players you can pick, especially when you want to get your manager involved as well. Weze is another good one, but with their fixtures coming up, can be a bit tricky with Man City and Liverpool back-to-back coming up. But can probably take each other. Remember, as I said, the managers doesn't start until game week 24. So we've still got game week 21, 22, 23. So 3 more game weeks where we don't have to worry about that. So that's another thing. With Newcastle on their little run as well, that's very lovely, especially with their fixtures they've got coming up. Top transfers out. And reasons. Nicholas Jackson just, well, not performing. Just not performing at all. So that's a bit of a bad one there. Madison, again, points-wise, the only points he's really got actually when they've actually won. Well, except for the Brighton game. But other than that, when they've won, he's got his points. Other than that, doesn't get many points. So yeah. Louise, I think for me, I may have to get rid of him myself. Bit of hit and miss, and I'm not liking it. Enzo, ever since I put him in my team, which was, I think, against Everton, he's done poor. So he may have to go himself. So that means that's two midfielders that I've got to try and find. So I'll have to have a look at who I want. Trent Alexander is up there. And I think a lot of this is because there was that bid from Real Madrid. And I think it may have gone into his head a little bit. And I think he didn't do really well against United. So, yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting, I think, for him. I think players are people trying to say, oh, we're just going to get rid of you now and get our budget in properly for now. Chris Wood is another surprising one. I know they've got Liverpool coming up, but look at the fixtures after Liverpool. Southampton, Bournemouth, Brighton, Fulham. They should get some points out of that, especially the Fulham game. Southampton game. And I think I'm still going to keep Chris Wood. So, yeah. That's a bit of a surprising one for me. Saliba and Havertz. I can understand Havertz just not doing anything. Saliba, again, here and there. Yeah. If I probably wanted to have him for this game week, I'll probably put him on the bench against Spurs and Villa, and then keep him put him back on for the Wolves game, put him on the bench for the City game, and then keep him probably for the rest of the season till the Liverpool game, maybe the Newcastle game as well. So yeah, so it's a bit of an interesting one. Raya game because of the Spurs game. A lot of Arsenal players have been benched because of the Spurs game or been sold. So it's a bit annoying. Now, this was what my game week 20 points were. I'm just going to do it quickly because the video that I was trying to do for this didn't upload properly to YouTube. And after 3 attempts, I decided to just get rid of it. So I could have gained an additional 3 points with Flecken instead of Sancho. I could have probably gained additional points if I went for Weze as my skipper than Salah, which I did have Weze as my vice. So yeah. Now, talking about the managers, as I am recording this right now, on Saturday the 11th at 9 a.m. It's just been announced that David Moyes has been reappointed as the Everton manager. So that's just come in. So yeah, so Moisey will be on that price tag of 0.5. So there we go. So there's breaking news for you there. Oh, I wanted to have a look at my league table, which I am down in 14th position. We did drop. And it is, everyone's been doing roughly the same. Well, 48 here. But the highest was 78. Oh, 87. Okay, from #1teamhustle. 81 points. Well done, mister. Let's have a look at your team. Wildcard played. Okay. Or matter. He could have gained. He could have gained. He could have gained. Yep, could have gained points. Could have gained 8 additional points if he wanted to. Yeah, we played an extra forward. Oh, actually, no. He could have gained 9 points here. And if we took a defender off, he could have gained an extra 7 points. So he could have gained 16 points, actually. 16 points if he got the team right. So that's interesting. Who did the worst? 47. Oof. Just about baking short. Sorry, Nick. Okay. So this player here, Nick, does come into my live streams a lot. So yeah. So we'll discard that. We'll discard that. Or Isaac, gotta have him playing. Martinez. That's 6 points lost. Another 6 points lost. So 12 points. 12 points he lost there. Yeah, 12 points would have given, what was it? 59 points, just below the average. So yeah. Now here are the fixtures for game week 21. Brentford City, Chelsea, Bournemouth, West Ham, Fulham, Forest, Liverpool. They are all Tuesday night, the 14th. And then we've got Everton, Villa, Leicester, Palace, Newcastle, Wolves. We then have the North London derby between Arsenal and Spurs. This game, I will be, unless I get tickets for the Arsenal game, I will be doing a watch along. And I will be doing a watch along on this channel. And then when Thursday night, we've got Ipswich, Brighton, and then to follow it off, we've got Manchester United, Southampton. So for now, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Have a safe weekend, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Goodbye from now.